Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Surprisingly enough, Xbox just apparently admitted to several very interesting things, a lot of which actually pertains directly to Call of Duty, both in the now and potentially here in the future as well. So this stems from a new article from Tom Warren over at The Verge. With a new article he just posted saying Xbox Game Pass has become too expensive, says Microsoft's new gaming chief in leaked memo. So some insider reporting here that also ties into some other information that has surfaced around the state of Xbox and what it could mean for Call of Duty going forward. So this article, as we go through, shares some interesting details about Xbox as a whole, but then also Call of Duty is a major standout in this piece. So Microsoft's new Xbox chief, Asha Sharma, has signaled that Xbox Game Pass pricing is about to change, which, hey, could be a good thing because, as we know, it got crazy expensive recently right after, Call of Duty became a day one Game Pass title. They raised that price up and everyone's like, well, I don't know if this is worth it anymore. In an internal memo to Xbox employees that The Verge obtained, Sharma admits that Game Pass has become too expensive for players and Microsoft needs a better value equation. Apparently, this memo says Game Pass is central to gaming value on Xbox. It's also clear that the current model is not the final one. Short term, Game Pass has become too expensive for players, so we need a better value equation. Long term, we will evolve Game Pass into a more flexible system, which will take time to test and learn around. So this outright is good news here that, the gaming chief now knows and is saying outright, yeah, this is not good for players. This is not good for people wanting to get into Xbox Game Pass, because this has been like a major complaint of Xbox players and fans for the last little while. Game Pass pricing is kind of out of control. They hiked the passive ultimate to $20.99 per month, so like $360 a year, a massive 50% hike. The company tried to justify the price hike with a variety of upgrades across all its Xbox Game Pass tiers, but the cost increase has clearly taken a toll on Game Pass. I understand that part of the cost increase for Game Pass was down to Microsoft's decision to add in Call of Duty into the subscription service. So essentially, Call of Duty is to blame for this massive increase that now has hurt the entirety of the Game Pass program. So not a great look for Call of Duty, and obviously overall not a great look for Microsoft. I reported nearly 2 years ago that Microsoft had been debating whether to put new releases of COD into Game Pass, with concerns for some of the company at the time that revenue generated from typical Call of Duty sales would be undermined by Game Pass. We kind of saw that with Black Ops 7. The sales were not good at all, even though there were still a lot of people on the game, at least at launch, because a lot of people were taking advantage of Game Pass. Microsoft went on to add COD to Game Pass in the summer of 2024, even though Black Ops 6 broke a lot of sales records. Could have been even larger had it not been on Game Pass, so that also ate into what were record sales at the time. Over the weekend, we just reported on this in a video the other day, Windows Central Jez Corden hinted that Microsoft might be about to take Call of Duty out of Game Pass. If they take it out of this year, which is a possibility from what I've heard, I think it'll reveal some kind of cracks in the strategy. That's what Jez Corden said on his podcast. There's a lot of online chatter about the rumors of Microsoft changing Game Pass pricing, and she says she'll go deeper with Xbox employees next week. I wouldn't expect an immediate price change, but it's something that seemingly is on the horizon. So outright, Call of Duty is to blame, at least partially, for a lot of the issues going on at Xbox, but there also could be further changes Xbox is making that's going to impact COD now long term. And keep in mind, as we are going through everything detailed here, all the new rumors and leaks that have surfaced over the past few days regarding this larger situation, if you guys enjoy the video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. If you're new to the channel, you want to stay up to date with all things going on really in gaming, focusing around that Call of Duty stuff especially, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. Charlie Intel ends up sort of corroborating this report here, initially from Jez Corden once again. Xbox are reportedly considering a return to exclusives. Now, for all the console wars that we've had over time, Xbox versus PlayStation and everything in between, I personally think exclusives are stupid. Like, if there's a good game out there, you shouldn't be only able to play it on one platform. Like, I'm always a big fan of when they do bridge the gap and bring what was previously an exclusive title to another platform. It's just, in this day and age, exclusives are not good for players. They don't benefit players at all. It's only something that benefits like the suits and the executives at these companies that have the exclusives. But Jez as Corden says on his podcast, that there are very, very big discussions regarding exclusivity internally at Xbox. Now, obviously, a big thing when the Microsoft acquisition happened for Activision Blizzard King is that they wanted to get rid of that exclusivity. Like Call of Duty had a lot of exclusive stuff going on at PlayStation because Sony and Activision had a deal, and once that ended, Xbox said, yeah, we don't want that anymore. But now they're saying maybe exclusivity could be a thing, and this could result in now the script being flipped, just focusing on the Call of Duty niche here. Maybe there is exclusive benefits for Xbox or Game Pass players if they're on Microsoft Store on PC and whatnot, playing through that, where maybe you get DLC early, maybe you get bonus rewards, you get something other, some incentive to go and play on an Xbox platform instead of anything else. And then Charlie Intel also just posted this. The Xbox dashboard has a brand new ad that says Game Pass includes new Xbox exclusives. And you can see day one releases, be the first to play new games like Forza Horizon 6, as well as Xbox exclusives. And so this whole exclusivity thing that, again, I don't think is good for players whatsoever. It's just good for these guys as businesses if those games do well. This is not looking great there. And if this is something that ends up coming to fruition in a larger sense, say they do take Call of Duty off a Game Pass because it's hurting that, but then they also follow that up by bringing exclusives back. Well, now Game Pass subscribers don't have that easy access entry into a game like COD. You're going to be out there paying the, $60, $70+ a year to get the new titles if you're interested in that. And then also the new battle passes if you're interested in that content, the store bundles, like the price goes up and up and up. And then there also might be exclusives where you, if you really care about the game, you want all the content that there is, or you want the max benefits. Well, you got to be on an Xbox, you got to be on Microsoft Store and PC and booting through that launcher to gain that stuff. So like this whole situation could unfold into something much, much larger. And I think it's probably a little bit awkward for COD that they're kind of rooted in the middle of this and are a major factor in which the blame is being dealt here for some of these issues going on at Microsoft as a whole. Bear in mind, part of this acquisition, part of the reason that Microsoft and Xbox wanted Activision Blizzard King was because COD is such a huge market. It's guaranteed hundreds of millions of dollars every single fall, and since getting it, it's been problematic. They've made money obviously off of the releases on BO6 and BO7 and everything else in game, but also it's come with its fair share of problems as well. Interesting to hear though, outright through the new reports here, that Xbox has basically admitted that Call of Duty is causing issues with Game Pass and is the reason behind a lot of the blowback and backlash from players and from fans here, regarding the Game Pass situation as it's unfolded here in recent times. That said, it's going to wrap things up for this one. We'll have to keep an eye on the situation going forward. Obviously, as any new info, new news drops, I'll keep you guys informed. So be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.